Hello?
Well, greetings and a most heartfelt salutations to everyone out there on TV land. I am Lord Cash, being joined by Bitterits and All That Pat. We are coming to you to talk about something off of Hulu. I think this is actually the first time we've been doing that. All That Pat and Lord Cash, we recognize Bitterits.
Is it TV land or internet land?
Well, since we're doing iStream, Ustream, it's kind of a little bit sure of both. You can get to the TV through the internet nowadays. So
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
We'll think about what to call it next time. So way to put me on the spot there.
So I feel that I need to get some bonus points right now, Lord Cash and Bitterits. I'd like to share something.
What would you like to share?
I came to this episode in full costume. Now, as you might know, the character of Modok has a gem or some sort of a beam on top of his forehead. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes, he has a power stone.
Well,
not like the power stone, but a power stone gem.
So I took the opportunity yesterday, and I decided to go in full character, and I have a Modok Power Stone on my forehead. I mean,
yeah, this door, it came out of nowhere.
Just bashed me right in the face and gave me that ability.
I see that the inflator sauce wear it off your head, so it's no longer got the big head. At least to decrease down in size. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no longer massively inflated ego head or anything like that. But I do have the flying chair though.
Well, that's good. That's good. We can maybe do maybe episode 2. We'll have you do a little drone shot of our intro maybe.
Right. And you can't see it on here, but my legs, they're tiny now. Yeah, I got little like wiggly legs.
Yep. Well, welcome everyone. This is iStream, Ustream. We are going to be talking about the new Hulu series Modok. It debuted, I believe, this past week or last week on Hulu. All 10 episodes have dropped. So if you are the binging kind, you might go out there and just like watch all of them. I'm actually almost finished through episode 6. All That Pat and Bitterits, I think they kind of they pump the brakes. We're like, we can't take too much of a good thing. We're gonna hold off on only do one episode.
Well, I was trying. That's what happened, to be honest with you. I'm not. I gotta tell the true story. We were running to go onto our computers to watch the second episode, and Bitterits was like, you know what, All That Pat? Let's wait. And I was like, I slid, I stopped, and I slammed right into the door. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens. Just I bet you looked adorable doing it.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
I don't get any of this.
Good night.
But anyway, all right. So Modok.
Yes.
Question.
Yes. Your question is what?
Which of these characters in the show are actually part of the Marvel world, and which of them are invented?
So Modok is a character from the Marvel universe, mostly comics. He has not made his debut into the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we've seen on television. I mean, in the movies and television, such as Disney Plus, or through like the ABC programs, such as like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Agent Carter. But Modok is an actual character. As far as his wife and 2 children, I don't know that they've actually covered that in the comics. So I'm going to say that those characters are created for this series.
I was mainly curious about Monica, right? That's the woman's name. Is she real?
That one, I'm not 100%. Being that this is so they're with AIM.
Yep.
And I know all that Pat wants to show this.
I'm familiar with Modok's origin story and even AIM by playing through the Marvel Avengers game on the PlayStation 4 and I believe Xbox One. But that's where I know Modok from the comics, don't get me wrong, but actually knowing much about him, that's really where I had some more experience with, like, the fact that he was a scientist, got very, he was experimenting on himself. And he started to get bigger and bigger himself. Then ultimately, his head just got ridiculous size.
Do we want to do a spoiler alert?
I think we could do something of that. I don't actually. I have. Let me see what type of a spoiler alert I do have. I don't have one made for this show yet.
Well, we can just orally say it.
Spoiler alert. We'll just go ahead and just give the disclaimer out. If you haven't watched this series, or at least the first episode, just be prepared. We may let some things slip. I'm almost through episode 6. So out of respect, I will do my best to not let things slip past episode 1. So I will, like I said, I will do my best.
So what?
But I might ask questions that spoil past episode 1.
Well, then, I will determine whether or not I want to answer that or not.
Gotcha.
Now, for those of you that don't know,
I was going to say, to answer that question, the character Monica is actually from the actual Marvel universe.
In that game.
What did I mean? That may have been actually her. I'm trying to remember the names, but I think it was, honestly.
He has no idea.
I'm not good with names. I mean, I
you played through the game.
I know, but I mean, it's not like, okay, Modok, giant head on a little wiggly legs on a floating chair, Iron Man, Monica. Like, it just, it doesn't really stand out as far as a particular character. Yes, she did have he did have an assistant that was like yelling at him and kind of like getting scared. I gotta think it might have been Monica.
Does Modok really stand for what he says it stands for?
I believe so.
Okay.
So Monica Rapidsinski, I can't read sometimes. But that's what her name is there. But yeah.
So what? So as just to give everybody kind of like a general rundown of the show, Modok, it's a complete parody show. It's made by Seth Green, who was famous for Robot Chicken. And the style is very much like Robot Chicken, the claymation, kind of like toy aesthetic, and taking real characters and a twinge of the actual story from the comics, and then just completely making them ridiculous.
What do you mean ridiculous? His wife seems like a very reasonable, nice lady.
Well, he is like a real suburban sitcom, world.
Yeah.
I like how basically his son looks very much like the wife, very humanistic, whereas Modok's daughter is Modok, basically in a pink sweater, and like purplish hair or whatever. It's a very like a female, version of Modok, but again, very typical, family problems, also combined with, like I said, the ones that would not necessarily happen in any of our families.
Well, he has his like Minion-esque characters that aren't as goofy as
like the actual Minions in, like, say, Despicable Me or Monsters Incorporated.
Yes, but they're still yellow.
Yeah, it just stood out to us. Now, very early in the episode, he's basically Modok is basically being apprehended, so to speak, by Iron Man. And I cracked up when Iron Man's like flying around, they're kind of like shooting at each other, and Iron Man makes some comment about like, it's too much vanilla or something like that, and they just pause, and Modok's like, are you watching the British cooking show on your visor? Yeah, and it was just, I thought that was really funny because obviously he does have a TV inside his visor, so why not?
Yeah, no, they definitely do a lot of jokes in there of little this, little that. That was one of the things that amused me. That he was basically binging a TV He's actually like, no, I'm 80% watching this. I'm only 20% fighting you.
Right.
Well, that he was taking it slow. He wasn't binging. He was only watching 2 or 3 episodes a day. So
Right. He had to limit himself. Very much how you guys are limiting yourself to only 1 episode ever.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, so far with the 5 episodes that you've seen, would you say that like going into the first episode you really enjoyed the season or the series, I should say, or have you
So
more, or is it
refresh my memory, because I have been doing this over the last couple days. Where did episode 1 leave off? Because like I said, I don't want to. There's a big plot point that happens. I think it's actually in episode 2. That I don't want to necessarily say if it hasn't happened in episode 1.
The contract was signed by Grumble.
Yep.
And the wife asked for a divorce at the end.
So yeah, there was that big cliffhanger at the end that she wanted a divorce, and that does play out in the next few episodes. Another episode, they do try to go back in time to try to fix things. Not a spoiler, I don't think. But just kind of if you probably read the synopsis of each episode, it's kind of like what happens. And of course, chaos ensues while doing so. But pretty much they are going their separate ways, where the wife and Modok are pretty much splitting up. And kind of just seeing where that relationship actually is going to be going. So I kind of was at least intrigued by that. And then, of course, everything with the children having, the custody and everything, all of that. And then, of course, the gentleman that's in charge of Grumble, a big plot point comes out about him in episode 3. So that's kind of at least the first few things that happens. But yeah, it's Marvel. I like Marvel. If it was a DC show, I'd probably watch this. I'm caught up on all of like the CW shows that are out there that are DC based. So I don't swear allegiance only to Marvel, but it's a Marvel animated series. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it. That's one of the things that Marvel has kind of been lacking in, is they don't have that many animated shows and or movies.
Right.
DC like crushes it with their animated movies as well as their TV series. In my opinion, their movies are lacking quite a bit in the theatrical department. So it's nice to see a little bit of, with especially the Disney Plus series that are, on right now, that they're at least getting into the TV realm of Marvel. And of course, being that this one's a little bit more crude, not your Disney Plus variety. It is, I believe it's rated TV mature. Because of some of the content, language.
It's very violent, and he definitely drops an S. I don't know if it was an F bomb, but definitely an S bomb, a couple times, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like you can tell it's similar humor to Robot Chicken,
100%.
And I think that there's certainly, it's not my kind of humor, which is why I don't feel like I'm going to watch it again. I think there are definitely parts where I like, chuckle or laugh. But it's a lot of slapstick, a lot of, exploding items with blood everywhere. And I'm like...
the guy's arm was like a running gag throughout the whole first episode. Where
it's
like just
the whole first season.
slapstick. Is basically, I feel like it's just, I don't know. I get why it's funny. It's just not funny to me.
I mean, I'll watch it again. Will it be something that I keep up on 100%? I don't know. There's so much stuff out there that we're watching, you know what I mean, that I'm watching, but
Right.
I appreciate it, but it's like, you know.
Yeah, as you're saying, I get the humor of like, to the juxtaposition of this, like, you know, evil doer, and then seeing his family life, and you know, that he doesn't have control over like his work life, and the premise of it is amusing to me, but then as I'm watching it, I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like characters that you see like there at the opening of episode 3. I don't know if you're familiar with Fing Fang Foom,
No.
the big green dragon.
Oh, yeah, we saw him actually. He was working at the restaurant, I believe.
Yes. Well, he's actually like flying on him like Falcor at the episode 3 opener. So like you've got little things like that were in there. In episode 7, I've seen images of Wonder Man that we've kind of talked about with WandaVision. So the actually is in there, and he's actually voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Is that the silver character?
What's that?
Is that the all silver character? Who is that?
Wonder Man. So you remember how when we were talking about WandaVision, there was that urn that was like on the table in one of the second episode?
Yeah.
That I thought was like Wonder Man, but it really wasn't Wonder Man. It was something different. Well, he actually is now in this episode. So, and like I said, he's voiced by Nathan Fillion on that. I'll do this little screen share.
Were the other images showing, by the way?
No.
Words?
No. So every time I keep going to like add them to the stream,
they go away.
Well, actually, I did that. No, like I go to add them to the stream, and then you take them away or something.
We're going too fast. Oh yeah, see, there's the.
So that's like the whole season right there. So you got like Fing Fang Foom episode 3, and then the guy with the red W episode 7. That's Wonder Man. So right there. But yeah, it's just of course you've got some of like the henchmen over here, like Armadillo. I'm not sure about some of these other ones like Tenpin, or whatever the other names that they are, but they're definitely they're pulling from the actual universe that is Marvel.
Right. So 10 episodes, Modok voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Yep.
Hulu exclusive. Ultimately, out of like so far, so you've seen 6 out of 10. I mean, would you give the series a pass? Like you basically,
what would you rate it?
Yeah, what would you rate it so far?
If I were to have to like recommend someone else to watch this, or possibly convince the two of you to continue to watch past episode 1. I always feel like that's more or less what I'm doing here. One, it's that it's 10 episodes, they're 30 minutes each. At best you're out 5 hours. That's realistically it's not much. You can watch easily a 30-minute episode for bed every night or something if you wanted to. As far as like storyline goes, I would if you've watched the first episode, that means that there's at least a little bit of intrigue to it. I don't know. For me, if I start a storyline, I kind of need to know how it ends. So the fact that I believe her name is Jody and Modok are getting a divorce, what exactly is happening with their marriage? Are they going to be able to patch it up? Are they going to get back together? Who knows? What's up with Grumble? Because like I said, there is something nefarious happening there. I will at least share that.
Right.
But it's Austin, yeah. At the end of episode 3, you do kind of see something going on with Austin. He's not everything that he's cracked up to be.
I assume as much because even at the very end, he definitely was like, he even said like he was.
Well, he plays kind of stupid at the beginning, and then obviously he had a whole plan. So
yeah. Or so that's the way they lead you to believe.
Right. So
like
I said, I'll probably continue it. I know Bitter Ritz.
I still have to catch up with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm still behind.
Right.
But this summers are typically a little slower for me. So I can binge more during the summers.
Right. Now, some of the other cast are you like recognizing any of the other names?
The ones I know Seth Green is doing has produced it. I'm sure his voice is in there somewhere. But obviously Patton Oswalt plays Modok. The rest of them I haven't really picked up on. I haven't really listened to it intently.
Right. So technically, from what I'm seeing, Seth Green is not doing any voices. He's just a producer. So that one I find amusing. So the Austin guy is done by Beck Bennett from SNL.
Okay.
And I did hear this. Trying to figure out Pound Cakes. There's one of the sidekicks known as Pound Cakes done by Whoopi Goldberg. I thought I heard that. Iron Man is done by John Hamm. From the Mad Men.
Oh no, okay.
Let's see, he's got that. Then there's other stuff that he's available for. That's his most notable stuff is Mad Men. Then the other big one is, at least for me, is Ben Schwartz. He plays Lou, his son. He is one of the voice of Sonic on the Hedgehog movie.
Gotcha.
As well as he is, I think, Louie. No, he's Dewey in the DuckTales series.
Okay.
So definitely you can hear his voice when he's talking. But yeah, it's really good. I liked it.
So there's Stan Lee in there.
I'm sure they're probably figuring out some way to add Stan Lee to it. It shows it on IMDb, at least officially, but we'll see how that goes.
But yeah, no, overall, I do like the series. I'm gonna watch the remaining 4 episodes. I'm already 60% in. I might as well, go the rest of the 40.
Right.
But yeah, I liked it.
So I want to show the family real quick. Hold on. Since we thought we did and didn't.
And I'll assist with the adding.
So yeah, so that's how we were saying the mother and the son are more human, and then the daughter is a female version of Modok. So already going in, it was like just a couple seconds in, I feel like you could already tell that this was going to be like a amusing a parody show. You know?
Right.
So, but yeah, no, definitely. I would say give it a shot if you like Marvel stuff. You've got a couple weeks before Loki kicks in, so might as well just check it out. Give it a shot.
If you like Robot Chicken, you will like this show. I will definitely say that. And
yes,
I don't watch Robot Chicken, so
Right.
Fair enough.
But we do thank everybody for joining us. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up as to what our general schedule is on the New York Nerd Show network. Basically, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're watching us on one of these. We do appreciate that for sure. Sunday is Call of the Wild, where we take a look at some of the things that we do find out for sale in the wild. Mondays is Crazy Card Collecting. Tuesday is Slam Nation Wrestling. Wednesday is The Game Room. Thursday is I Stream, You Stream, which is what you're watching right now. Funko Royalty hits you up on Fridays. Saturday, we finish up the week with Mail Call Mail Time to see what we got in the mail. And then we start it all over again on Sundays with Call of the Wild.
Rinse and repeat.
Yes, exactly. So again, thanks guys for joining us, and we'll catch you on the other one. Anything last important statements you want to say?
Yes, if you have seen Modok, definitely let us know if you liked it or not, what you would rate it. We would love to hear it in the comments below. And if you got a laugh or enjoyed this episode or any of the others, definitely like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that fun stuff.
And watch out for doors.
Yes.
And of course, if there's any show out there that's streaming wise that you want us to check out and give a little review on it, definitely leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do for you. So, but until then, if you can stream it, go watch it. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello.